Alright, Swifties. Hearing that name, I put some fear in some people's heart, but I'm here to find out whether or not that is actually the case. There's a lot of talk about how crazy or how parasocial they really are towards Taylor Swift, but who knows, maybe they're just having a bad rep. Maybe they're not actually that weird. But yeah, in this video, I just wanted to go over the history of them and find out if they're really that bad of a fan base. But first, I think we should find out who or what the hell they are. Okay, through my own investigative research, i.e. Google, and to be honest, I think anyone could have actually guessed this. Swifties, Taylor Swift's fan base, are known for their intense dedication, active online presence, and strong community spirit. They are highly engaged with her music, lyrics, and personal journey, often creating a supportive and enthusiastic environment online and at concerts. Swifties are also recognized for their creativity, making fan art, edits, and friendship bracelets, and for their active participation in promoting her work. So it kind of sounds like, I mean, any other like fan club of any like celebrity, whether it's like a Ronaldo celebrity or like the Beehive for Beyonce. But now, while I'm not new to knowing what a Swiftie is, and granted, she was on tour a while ago, but after finding out some of the stuff that her fan base was doing, I think it might have been pretty interesting just to find out like how they actually are as a fan base. I guess we can also find out how many they are. Google's AI says there's at least 237.6 million Swifties. You gotta understand, there's 8 billion people in the world. They're telling me 230, probably this is at least 237 million people who identify. I don't even know where the hell they got this number from. Maybe it's just from her following across everything, but that's a lot of people. But I guess their age range, I would expect them to be kind of older because of how long Taylor Swift has been doing her thing, which I guess for the most part is kind of what this says. 34% of her fan base is aged from 18 to 44, which is first off a pretty big gap in terms of the age range. I feel like they should have done a smaller number, but yeah, I would expect honestly most of them to be millennials as opposed to like Gen Z, which I'm not too surprised about. And as for the gender, like who's really listening to her, shocker, but it is mostly women, although I didn't expect it to be 48% men. I thought the number would be a lot lower. Granted, I think this might be wrong because if it's really half-half, that is pretty surprising. I feel like most people also wouldn't think that as well. But yeah, first off, I would not categorize myself as a Swiftie. I'm not even part of any fan base. You know, you can see here, I am a fan of Ronaldo, but I'm not gonna call myself like a CR7 or a Ronaldo. I'm not sure what the fan base would be called, but if there's any fan base I would be part of, it would be, I guess, Ronaldo fan base. I'm not even sure how to even like put that into words. I don't know. I think the idea of being part of a fan base is a little strange. I understand that people just want to be like a part of a community, and maybe when it's aimed at one person, it does seem a little weird, but shit, I guess whatever makes you happy, right? Like any fan base, there are the, I guess, crazies or the ones that go a little beyond the norm, which isn't shocking at all, but they do exist. Maybe I can't blame her. I don't know. The thing is, like, if I'm watching, like, I don't know, Ronaldo's last game or something, would I react that way? Probably more. You know, I can't laugh at her for acting that way, but at the same time, like, I'm assuming that must have been her most recent concert. Or I guess tour. I'm not even sure, but it's a bit much. I don't know. Charlotte spent all summer selling lemonade to buy her first Taylor Swift ticket. Are her tickets like a couple $100s? How much lemonade did she sell? Also, she has younger fans. That's kind of surprising as well. See, here's the thing. Doing this in public is a little crazy. I can't lie. Like, I understand liking the music, but there is no, and I mean there is no song that warrants this type of reaction.
Taylor, you'll be fine.
I get they're playing music in a public spot. Whatever, do your thing. Singing out loud to the music is my cutoff. I don't care how good the song is. There's no way. Unless everyone else is singing with you, then that's different. But if you're the only one singing it, which she obviously is, it's a little cringy at that point.
She has chosen not to speak about Palestine.
But she could also be like supporting like quietly. Like maybe she
shouldn't do that.
I felt a little
Supporting quietly. I mean, if you had that much of a fan base, say something.
rage inside.
Oh, what the f are they doing? What the hell? Come on, there's no one worth doing this for. Maybe Ronaldo. No one's worth doing this for. I need to know what she's crying about, because unless she thinks Taylor died, no song should be able to do this. Oh, okay, this is a fake reaction. First off, who drools in the big 2025 when you're awake at least? You're fitting the bill, bro. You can't be crying at a Taylor Swift song. Come on. It's full on sobbing.
How you don't miss me in the black dog when someone.
Alright, it's probably it's the clip. The thing I love about this clip too is, okay, maybe her friend over here is being a good friend. This girl knows she's doing way too damn much. At this point, I can't lie, I would have left the frame. There's no way. She's thinking, oh my god, I'm friends with her. I can't believe this. Even if I know the history of the song or not, this is a lot. Also, you probably knew the song was gonna play anyways. Now granted, when it comes to Swifties versus other fan bases, I haven't heard about a fan base that is as like die hard or like gung-ho towards their like person aside from the Swifties. Like I know about the Beehive and like the Barbs for Nicki Minaj. In terms of pure rumors and wrath, I guess maybe K-pop stans are probably up there too. Actually, it's been a lot of the Swifties, so I want to see someone comparing the Swifties and other fan bases as well.
Now let me know if I'm wrong, but are Swifties the most strong, united, and all-around best fan base of any artist? Because honestly, I don't know any other fan base that is as united and as together and as supportive of their artists as the Swifties.
I also feel like it's a lot more singers. I don't really hear about rappers or even male artists. Maybe Drake's fan base, but that's about it. I have like a known thing, unless I'm just not into music that much.
These are, because I feel like, you know, us Swifties, we ride and we die for Taylor. Honestly, we defend her when she needs to be defended. We support her when she needs to be supported. We love all her endeavors. You know, we support her love life, things like that. So I just don't know if there's any other fan base of any other artists that can honestly compare to Swifties, right? I know there's like Barbs, I know there's like Beehives, Beyonce. I don't really know that too many other fan bases. Like, I don't know if there's any other fan bases that have a name, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
I
yeah.
feel like Swifties is the most prominent fan base in the world, honestly. Because when you think about a fan base and like names, you think they're like Swifties, Barbs, and maybe the Beehive, right? And the Swifties is the most prominent out of all three of those. And those other two are great artists. I'm not down on them as an artist at all. I'm just saying that the fan base of Swifties is just so united and just so tight and close knit that I feel like it would be hard to just compare any other fan base to that. Honestly, I feel like we're just better. We're a better fan base. We support our artists through anything. And Taylor Swift is an easy artist to support because she makes fire music and she's a good person. So let me know what y'all think about that.
I will say, I don't really listen to new Taylor Swift, but I have listened to her old stuff, like if I'm like driving in a car and I'm feeling nostalgic or whatever. But you know, it's good music at the end of the day. I wouldn't call it trash, obviously. Like I like the music. I don't really care for her as an artist. It's kind of like whatever, I guess. But old music I fuck with, like maybe a couple songs, but new stuff hasn't really hit me. I don't know. I fuck with Shake It Off, but that's about my extent of her newest hits, even though that was like probably like 10 years ago. Funny enough, going through these comments, it's a lot of older, I would say women for the sake of it, but it's a lot of older women agreeing with him, comparing her fan base to other fan bases. Quick Google research, Taylor Swift does look like to have a bigger fan base. She was #1 stream 2023 and 24, so that is probably solidifying it if we're being honest. There's no other like real numeric way to judge it aside from that, maybe through Instagram following, but I think even with that, Taylor Swift probably has any other artist beat. Era Tour. Now she went on this tour, I think it was in 2024, I'm pretty sure 23, I'm not exactly too sure, but when she was doing it, I saw, you know, a bunch of random clips. I knew that it was obviously humongous money wise. It might have been one of the first tours to hit $1 billion, do not quote me on that, but I knew that it was huge and it was a great success for her, so fair enough to that. Taylor Swift's The Era Tour is officially the highest grossing tour in live events history with $2 billion from 10.1 million tickets sold in 149 shows. By the way, granted, I'm not someone who's big into music and touring, but 149 shows, like the amount of energy that must take is insane. Obviously the money that comes with it is a big motivator, but still, that is insane.
Over 2.
I think when you deep it, that's so fucking crazy. $2 billion. Probably don't know, but I can't imagine the actual cost of the tour getting close to $2 billion.
Taylor Swift's lifetime revenue has now surpassed $3 billion. This is from touring. From 19.8 million tickets sold in 575 shows, she's officially the highest grossing and best-selling woman in history.
Think about how insane that is. First off, 3 billion lifetime is already crazy. Niggas aren't making that a 0.% of that in their lifetime. Normal people. But that title in itself, the highest grossing and best-selling woman in history, that is a little bit weird title. I get what it's saying, but I don't know. It's a little bit funny.
That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. I remember there was a dumbass in my comments, bro. And this is during the heat of the Kendrick Drake shit. And for some reason, I think people are like ill-informed, or they read things and they think like they don't understand what they're reading. So there was people in my comments like, oh, Drake is bigger than Taylor Swift. And I'm like, no, the f he is. What the f y'all talking about?
Thing is, so anytime I hear these like what artist is bigger than what artist argument, I always think like at a certain point, if you know Drake, it's hard for me to believe you don't know Taylor Swift and vice versa. Like at that level. So I'm assuming when people say bigger, they must mean money wise. But like I don't see how you can know Taylor Swift and her name and be a fan and not know who Drake is. I think it's impossible at this point.
And those people didn't know that like people like Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, those are like the biggest artists in the world. Like your bubble and the music you consume, even though it's a lot, is not, bro. Nobody's touching this right now. That's what I'm trying to get across. Nobody's touching this right now. The only person arguably that I think could probably touch is Bruno Mars if he drops record high album and does a world tour, because Bruno Mars is him, gang. I'm not gonna lie.
Bruno Mars is the type of nigga to literally make a song because he's in debt and it still be #1 hit. Like it's fucking crazy. He's easily one of the most talented people to ever come out alive, honestly, singing wise. I mean, shocker, but obviously the tour was a huge success. I mean, like I can't get over that title, the best selling woman in history. That's such a weird thing to say, but I understand it. Memes and public perception. Now, this isn't so much as a meme, but there is a big thing about her taking private jets and whatnot. I don't know if this is mostly during her tour or this is like a normal thing, but yeah, there is a pretty big controversy, and I'm sure even within her fan base, about her taking private jets and all that.
I don't even understand the like logistics of a 13-minute flight. Like, how is that convenient?
Like what?
Convenient at all? Because it's not even like a helicopter; it's a jet. Don't you have to like drive to an airport and then fly to another airport and then drive to where you're going from that airport? Like, how is that better than driving? All I'm saying is, at what point is this not even good enough for you? A fucking limo and a chauffeur, you just own someone for the rest of your life. That's not even good enough for you. You have to dump like 1 million gallons of CO2 just to go to the grocery store. Can someone with a private jet please just explain to me? Also send me $1 million.
But yeah, a 13-minute flight, there is genuinely no reason I can see that being making sense unless she had to do something, unless it was for her tour and like she was gonna be late if she didn't do it. But a 13-minute flight, come on now, like what are we doing? I'm sure she's talked about environmentalism and like trying to preserve our environment, but if she hasn't, then fair enough. I guess she can do this without being a hypocrite, but if she has, a little sticky, I don't know. Funny enough, there are people that defend her as well for the private jet usage, which kind of gives you the impression of like people, or at least her fans, kind of pick and choose what to be mad at in terms of what it is. Like something like this: you guys are hating on Taylor Swift for using her private jet too much, but this is when Taylor was at an airport 10 years ago. Imagine what it would be like now. 100k likes, damn. Understand the process or like the mindset behind it, like she can't get rushed at an airport, so like she has to take a private jet. But I don't know, I get the argument with that because maybe she has to go places, whatever, you know, whatnot. But on the other side of that, it's a lot of unnecessary CO2 just to not be bombarded. I don't know. This comment will never make any sense to me. And she was like number 30 on the carbon emissions list. Yeah, that's still bad, but she was touring. I don't see any of those other celebrities getting attacked for it, which means people who don't really care about the planet. They just want another reason to hate Taylor Swift. The argument doesn't make sense because those people can be bad and so can Taylor Swift. They can both be bad people. Like, come on now. I think it's a lot of deflecting too, and she's not even the one who uses her private jet the most. It's Travis Scott. I mean, who cares? They can both use it. They're both using it now. A lot of the defense is deflection. They do this thing too, so we should leave Taylor alone. Like, no, they can both be shitty people, you know? I don't really think it was about the touring. I think it was mostly about the flights between her tour sets and Travis games. Those useless flights. Okay, come on. Whatever the reason, she was still number 30 and the only one getting hate. But we can't expect her to not go see her boyfriend and family when she had the opportunity between tour dates. No, what? Logic is flawed because you're giving her the benefit of the doubt because you're her fan. I definitely understand both sides. Like one being, yeah, she needs to use these jets so she doesn't get like bombarded at airports during the tour in particular. That is the specific part here. I think people were trying to make the argument that it was outside of the tour as well. On the other side though, I think you'd be kind of dismissed to claim you care about the environment, whether she does or not. I don't know, but and then use a private jet for useless stuff on the back end, even if it's hers or not. It's still pretty weird. I mean, I think it's just difficult for people to, you know, criticize someone they hold so dearly to their heart, especially a music artist, when music can do so much to someone's soul. So I don't know. I'm not mad at the defenders, I guess, because that is her fan base at the end of the day, but I think it's important to point out the hypocrisy of, you know, claiming one thing then doing the opposite, or not criticizing your favorite artist because a different artist does the same thing. They're both bad at the end of the day. Like, who cares? I guess I get what they're saying about no one cares when, you know, Travis Scott does it, but at least for the person saying that, you should still recognize that it's bad that she was taking the jet more than she could have. And I don't know. It could also be a thing of like, it's not that deep at the end of the day. Like, who cares? You know, no secret to anyone, but Taylor Swift is dating a football player named Travis Kelce. Now, apparently when I guess it first got announced, a lot of, I guess, football fans were kind of like, I guess maybe didn't care. I'm not even sure, I guess, which side, whether it's a, you know, a football fan or a Travis Kelce fan and a Taylor Swift fan really cared about it. But it did seem like the Swifties cared a bit more and like are deep into the relationship because maybe that's just guess they're that deep of a fan base. They also did a podcast actually recently of this time recording. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but a lot of people had their own opinions about their relationship based off of, I'm assuming, a 2-hour podcast, probably less. So let's see this clip.
I'm gonna say this, and y'all not gonna like it. Y'all gonna be very mad. And I don't care. That relationship with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is not real. It's weird. They're two different kind of white people. Just because they're white does not mean that they belong together. And y'all
That applies to anybody. What?
think that. I know y'all do. I'm not saying he belongs with a black woman. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that him and Taylor, they're like brother and sister, but the brother is so much different than the sister. And when they go to school together, people are like, oh, I didn't know that was your brother. That's what it's giving. Okay.
I'm sure there's more clips of them together, but it's a podcast and clips on TV. You just can't make a judgment based off of that. It's so odd.
I don't care. And if they end up getting married, it's only because she can't find nobody in her tax bracket that want to date her or something.
What? What does a tax bracket have to do with anything? What if she just likes the dude? It's such a weird thing to say.
Like that, or that's as famous as her. But there's other people she dated I know that's very famous, but she dated them all already. Now who else she gonna date? They're not compatible and they seem weird, and I don't like it, and I don't care, and I love Tay. I love her, but sorry.
I didn't even pick the title. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are not compatible and she is running out of people to date. That title in itself is insane, but I don't know. First off, to be this invested into someone else's relationship is already weird in and itself, but this is so jobless, and I'm a video editor. I'm already jobless myself, but how are you that deep into someone's relationship where you're saying she's running out of people to date? How would you know? You don't know her. She doesn't know you. This is a great example of like what parasocial looks like. I'm willing to bet she probably doesn't categorize herself as like a Swiftie, but that's an insane take on, I'm assuming, a podcast or clips you see of those two in their relationship or whatever they decide to show on TV. This video in and itself is weird. I hope the comments are realistic, people, but knowing TikTok, that's probably not going to be the case. OMG, yes, I know exactly what you mean. I seen the chemistry, but I also seen them overtalk each other a lot. She seems to dominate conversations, either from excitement or exerting her intelligence, but I can only assume that happens daily. She seems to dominate conversations. Are you like their in-house nanny? How would you know this? Either from excitement or exerting her intelligence. What does that even mean? Number one, this is the kicker. I can only assume that happens daily. Obviously, you don't know them. They seem like the popular couple in high school who are compatible because they are all after the same ideal, which is enough for some people. There's no way they've shown that much of their relationship to make any claim like this. Thank you, the one normal nigga here. You know them personally? They told you that? Oh, this is a new take. It's all a marketing scheme for the NFL, her music, and Travis' podcast. That's interesting. I don't know about it being fake. I mean, I'm not gonna call anyone's relationship fake or not true because of the internet, but I think calling it fake is a bit crazy. Don't care about it. It's someone else's relationship. Her socialness isn't gonna go anywhere, but that video is just pretty crazy. But yeah, that's the video. This is like one of my first commentary style videos, so I'm sorry if that was all over the place. Hopefully when I edit it, it kind of folds well all together, but yeah, this type of style is definitely new to me, so when I make more of these videos, hopefully they start to flow together a lot more, so stick with me if you liked it. But yeah, Swifties, you know, they might not be as bad as everyone says they are. I think they're just like another fan base. I think it might look worse just because of their size, to give them, you know, safety, I guess. But if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe. I'm gonna try to make more of these type of videos combined with my reactions. I think I might try to do both and see what works. I like the recording process of this too, so hopefully the editing goes just as well. I guess we'll see if I keep this part in, but I hope the video actually came out well. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, leave a like, let me know in the comments what you guys think of, you know, the Swifties. But yeah, till next time, peace.